I think back to yesterday when I was trying to get like bread and a lot of the shelves were empty, and I then saw this post online from the Observer, the Jamaica Observer. You know, pretty much gone. And I saw this one from Zip about bread being missing. It is Zip FM, a radio station in Jamaica, and it got me thinking like um, about it today. I was like thinking like, who are those people who tend to make money in a hurricane, right? And I guess that's where this video came from. So let's look at some of the people. All right. So I guess the first one would be, the people who do the cutting of the trees, because you want to have like, let's say you don't want overgrown trees to be like too close to your home, because they can tend to fall if their root system is not fully supported, or if the winds get too strong, they can just pull them out of the ground. Especially with category 4 or 5 storm that we're talking about now. It's been de-escalated from 5 to 4, but still strong winds, and these guys tend to make a lot of money, because if you need to get something cut, you're gonna charge a fee, especially for your safety if you have to go up high to cut it. So that's one. Another one. All right. So I was thinking about the shelters. So ODPEM, the Jamaica Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management for Jamaica, they have designated shelters. So I think it's around 600 for the island. I'm not, don't quote me on the number, but there are a lot of shelters right across the island, which is good. But when you think about this deeper, um, the shelters need food. That's one. So if they handle it on, let's say, a government contract that people bid for the right to, procure a procurement process for food, there would be somebody that actually has that contract to provide all these places with food. So every shelter will have a certain amount of food, a certain amount of water, and those could be like different contracts based on the needs and the size and all that, right? So I'm thinking about that, maybe even like linen, so like sheets and stuff like that would be something that could be sold. All right. So yeah, and if it's even a case where you don't, like, let's say, do contracts, like supermarkets would definitely be um, the next best bet, and they'll just like order a certain amount from them for every individual station. But that doesn't make sense from a spending standpoint, in my opinion. It would be a lot cheaper if you just gave somebody the contract and they could get it for you at a better rate. But that's just an option that I'm thinking about. Those people that, and even like maybe if they have like chef, like a cook at the place too, they will probably be making money as well. All right. Another one, oh, power bank. All right. So it's what I did. I just kind of make sure I had most of them like pinned, because I have an idea what I think pretty much will make money. So yesterday night, I think I saw a video from a guy saying that he was sold out with power banks. And as typically you don't really want to be without power. Normally, you don't want to be without power because it's annoying for one. I can imagine the added impact of a storm being right on top of you, right on top of the island that you're on, right? You need to be in contact with your family members, and be aware of what's going on with the news. If there's been some shift, if it's gone back to category 5, the power bank sellers, because people want to be connected and have their devices charged up at all times, they will make a lot of money. So yeah, that's another one. Okay, raincoat sellers, and I'm gonna also tag in the water boot sellers too. So these guys will typically have the raincoats, and they'll sell them, and also umbrellas, but umbrellas will tend to blow away. So raincoat sellers would probably be the ones to make money in this kind of weather. All right. Supermarkets. Supermarkets will always make money during this kind of event. The last, all right, one of the major storms that Jamaicans typically talk about is Hurricane Matthew. There was a lot of preparation done, because people were wondering about the amount of damage it would do and everything. You know, they are even like attributed to it to be like a lot of the superstorms from the past, and it didn't really come. So there was a lot of buying up. People spent like their last savings just to make sure they had food at home. And since that, there's been a lot of skepticism when it comes down to buying for storms, you know, or hurricanes. But yeah, supermarkets will never lose during a storm event because they will always be where people try to go to get food items and candles and all that. Um, all right, so bread again. All right, so in certain towns in Jamaica, like Montego Bay, you have the supermarkets that sell bread. Yes, you also have the bakeries that sell bread, but there's also the, let's say, the bread reseller. So you have like bread vendors on the road that will have their little, let's say, cart or a stand that they will set up and have their breads on it, and they'll sell it at a marked up price. So another thing that I saw last night when I was coming home, I saw a lot of the bread vendors actually counting their money because it was a good evening. So they had pretty much sold out their entire stock because people wanted to make sure that they had bread in their house. So bread vendor is another one. All right, and uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. So what you could do um, is you could do something like this, because all right, this is one of the websites that I had built back in 2020, but I built it at the wrong time because this was built in 2020, right when the rain season had kind of just about to finish, because Jamaica has like a wet and a dry season. So when the wet season, there was a lot of rain and flooding and all that. So I thought about it and said, okay, what's the problem here? And I thought to myself, um, well, people need raincoats, people need water boots, the full suit raincoat. People need, those. So what I did, I reach out to suppliers and see if I could like resell and get a good rate. And there are a few I, yeah. So yeah, there's always a lot of ways to make money. It's just to find the best way that works for you. You can try multiple things. Because for me, I didn't really follow this up, but when I did like the ads for it, I actually did get a lot of people who were interested because at the time it was a lot of rain and people needed to move, and essentially, because if you don't have a car to move right away, having a raincoat and water boots made sense, even if the prices um, were maybe um, not not what they typically be maybe in the dry season, but as long as they're high quality, people will buy it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And oh um, all right, and if you want me to make a video on how to get into the egg business without being, let's say, without rearing like layer birds, let me know, because I actually have a video that I've been considering doing for years and I haven't done it yet. All right, so that's the video.